Okay, for this video, we'll be talking about graphing quadratic functions in vertex form. So, ibig sabihin, you'll be given a function which is in the vertex form. So, let's start. So, take note that when we graph the quadratic function using the vertex form, we are graphing it in the form of y is equal to ax minus h squared plus k, wherein h and k is the vertex, right? And a is the indicator of how the parabola opens. Let's have this example. Example is y is equal to 2 times x minus 3 squared minus 1. Now, since we already know that hk is the vertex, we just have to get the vertex first. So 3 comma negative 1. So again, for h, so you just get the opposite of the sign of h. For k naman, you just have to copy as is. So that's why we have 3 comma negative 1. And when you plot it in a Cartesian plane, we will have 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 1. And dito yan. Okay, that is your vertex. Okay, this is your vertex. Next, let's identify now the opening. Since a is positive 2, so the parabola opens upward. And that makes the vertex the minimum point. Okay, so meaning there will be no points under the vertex. Next, so let's identify the distinctive points so that we can graph the parabola. So we'll be following this format, y is equal to a x squared. Okay, so we have a, kung ano yung a natin, and then x is just 1 and 2 lang, para mas madali. So we will be having first, y is equal to 2, open and close parenthesis, 1, squared is equal to 2 units up. Teacher, what does it mean? Sabihin, when you move 1 unit to the sides of the vertex, you will be moving upwards 2 units upwards. Okay, so for example, we have 1 from the vertex, you move 1 unit on the side, on the right side, and then 2 units upward since it opens upward. 1, 2. So this is your point. Of course, when you do it on the right side, you should also be doing it on the left side since it's a reflection, right? Parabola is a reflection. So we have 1, 1, 2. So that's it. Okay, let's do it with 2. Okay, when x is equal to 2. So 2 times 2 squared. 2 squared is 4 times 2 is equal to 8. So meaning, when I move to the right of the vertex 2 units, 1, 2, I'll be moving 8 units upward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is your point. Okay, you have to also do that on the right side. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is your parabola. Okay, so we're talking about the axis of symmetry. We'll have x is equal to 3. So meaning it passes through the vertex, which is x is equal to 3. So your blue line is your axis of symmetry. Okay, let's take this another example. Again, remember that in graphing quadratic function in vertex form, you have to stay with this form, which is y is equal to a x minus h squared plus k. So this example, y is equal to negative x plus 1 squared plus 10. So first, let's identify the vertex. Since the vertex is h, k, you can see here that we can easily get the h. Again, when identifying the h, we just get the opposite of the sign of h, which is 1, negative 1. So for k naman, you can just get the sign as is. So positive 10 plus 10 is positive 10. Okay, so let's plot it here. Since we have negative 1, 10, it's negative 1 comma 10. We have negative 1 here, and then 10, positive 10. So here is your vertex. Okay, So that is your vertex. Let's now identify the value of A. So the value of A here is -1. Okay, -1. Since it is negative, so the parabola, we expect that the parabola opens downward. And that makes the vertex the maximum point. That only means that no points can be that will be found or located above the vertex. Let's now have the other distinctive points so that we can now graph the parabola. So again, let's take this format or the formula y is equal to a, open and close parenthesis, x squared. So again, let's just take 1 unit to the sides of the vertex. If we're going to take 1 unit to the sides of the vertex, so we will have negative, okay, negative, your a is -1 or negative, then 1 squared. So we have 1 squared is 1 times negative is just -1 unit or units down. Okay, since it is negative, so we have to make it down, to move, okay, to make movements downward. So we have 1 to the side, the right side, and then also 1, okay, 1 unit down. So 1 unit. So we have here, okay, as if we are doing the reflection. Again, we also do that on the left side, 1 unit to the left side of the vertex, and then again 1 unit down. Okay, so let's have now the second two. So let's take 2 movements or 2 units to the side or to the sides of the vertex, to the right side and to the left side. So again, 2. So -1 times 2 squared. So the 2 squared is 4 times -1, which is -4 units. So again, if you're going to move 2 units to the right of the vertex, okay, you have to move 4 units downwards. So again, 1, 2, and then move 4 units down. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that's your point. Of course, you also have to do it on the left side. So again, 1, 2, and then 4 units downwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the point. And then we're now ready to complete the graph of the parabola. Again, it opens downwards. And your vertex is the maximum point. It's the peak. Okay? When it comes to the axis of symmetry naman, x is equal to h, which is x is equal to -1. It should pass through the vertex and pass through -1. Ayan. That is your axis of symmetry. Again, this is the mirror. It cuts, the axis of symmetry cuts or divides the parabola into 2 congruent parts or 2 equal parts. Okay? So that's how we graph quadratic function in vertex form.